It's one of the biggest gambles Ford has ever made. Since August, ripping out the old and installing billions of dollars in new precision robots, laser welding, and training 5,000 employees. All of it hinging on Ford's crown jewel, the F-150 pickup, which accounts for 90% of Ford's profits.
All right, welcome to the new world of pickup trucks in America. Yet another slice of news GM wishes you did not hear about, and the single most important slice of advice you will ever get when it comes to buying anything on wheels. Get in, buckle up. Welcome back to MidPoint, the authority on everything automotive. Nationally recognized expert on wheels and gears, the car coach Lauren Fix joins us once again. Greetings, Lauren.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure. I got to tell you something before we get to all the other stuff, but just talking about the Ford truck right here. I think this is absolutely brilliant. It's the F-150. This is one of the most beloved trucks in America. They're going to make it a little lighter, make it a little stronger. I think Ford is once again right on to becoming and remaining the best pickup truck. And this is not because I own one, but they're still considered by so many people to be the best pickup truck on the road.
I own one as well. Now I wish I had the aluminum after test driving it. And you see how it's put together, and it's not full of a bunch of welds, but it's the design and the layout of the aluminum actually makes it stronger and lighter. Plus they added technology and a lot of consumer conveniences that make this a leading truck. And you know, I have driven the GM trucks. They are great. I have driven the Dodge Ram as well. But you know what? When you really drive the aluminum truck, you're going to see why Ford is the best-selling truck for the last 37 years.
What is it that changes as you drive the aluminum in deference to the standard body?
Well, what you find the difference is in the aluminum frame and the aluminum body itself. The whole thing is just so much stronger, and you can feel that you still have good grip on the road. You have great handling. They've updated a lot of it, the technology and bigger brakes. So what I found was a vehicle that can tow more because it has the capacity to, rather than towing itself, it can actually tow more load behind it. It can take more payload in the bed, and they've come up with a lot of other great technology. Because it's aluminum, when you have what's called a super cab, which is like the shorter back area, you can open the side doors and there's no pillar between the front seat and that back jump seat.
Any doubt in your mind that now that Ford, they go aluminum, they come out, F-150 continues to sell at their current rates, that we're going to see Dodge, Chevy, Toyota, all the rest eventually will all go to aluminum?
Well, I think eventually we're going to see that. And one of the things I actually asked Ford was, well, Dodge was really smart coming out with the Eco Diesel, and they've won a bunch of awards by putting a diesel in a half-ton truck, which is what the F-150 is. And they said, well, we have Eco Boost, which is their supercharged engines, and they like that better because they're thinking they're getting better performance and better fuel economy. But when I'm looking at towing capacity and I need a half-ton truck, believe it or not, the Dodge Ram Eco Diesel is probably a smarter way to go if payload and towing capacity is your priority. But overall, as far as design, construction, longevity, the F-150 takes the cake.
All right, I'll be happy to go ahead and test drive both of them very soon. So,
okay,
not that I've got one outside the door, but what the heck? If they're willing to give me one for a week, I'll drive one. There you go. General Motors, look, we're always looking for conspiracies in this country. Here we come now. General Motors, 500,000. They ordered 500,000 replacements for the faulty ignition switches 2 months prior to reporting the issue to the federal safety regulators. As I said, we're always looking for some sort of conspiracy. What do we read into this?
It's really disappointing because the fact is that means they knew that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration was coming after them. They knew there were deaths. Somebody figured this out months in advance and said, oh boy, we're in trouble. This is before Mary Barra was CEO. So whoever was running the joint at the time must have said, we need to get an order. Now, if they go back and look at this was all found out, by the way, by the Wall Street Journal, so we have to give them credit for this. But the fact is that when they did find the emails and they did go back and read them, they didn't have any budget to order those 500,000 ignition switches. So somebody had to override the budget, which means more people knew than just somebody in purchasing who decided to make an order because some guy in engineering told them to do so, which possibly means that this might incriminate Mary Barra. So we are going to find this out as this more unfolds and more emails are being read. And as they're disclosing more and more, I have a feeling that she might find herself back in front of Congress, and NHTSA might be in front of them as well.
I think she better get a good lawyer. Let's go ahead and put it that way. All right.
Really?
Now,
I agree.
I wanted to finally get down to, with a few minutes that we have here, the one thing that you always say to me over and over again, and I wanted you to dive into a little bit, because I'm in the market for a new vehicle. You have told me never, ever, ever, ever and I think ever, one more just in case, pay retail. Well, don't we
Right.
all know that you negotiate the price anyway? So isn't that sort of just basic common sense?
You would think so, but when you have a brand new Corvette that you're looking at, or that brand new hot BMW, or that really nice Audi that you want, or even the new Cadillac, the first thing you're gonna say is look at the number on the window, and they're gonna say, well, listen, we can't get these on the lot. We don't have any incentives on them, and so you're gonna have to pay the number that's on the window sticker. And in the business, they call that a laydown. And there's a reason for that, because if you're paying full retail, they've got you. The fact is, you can always pitch one dealer against another. Don't be afraid to use the internet. I've bought cars in Erie, Pennsylvania, and had them shipped to me. I've purchased cars in Florida. I purchased my last car in Virginia. I'll fly in and drive it back, or they'll drive it to me. Either way, everybody wants a sale, but there are a lot of great incentives out there. And one of them is, if you're sticking with the same brand, you've always loved Lexus, and you're going to stay with Lexus, there's a loyalty discount. I don't care what the sales guy says. There's a discount. If you walk away and you leave it behind, it's anywhere between $1,000 and $2,500, depending upon how expensive the vehicle is. Same thing is true as, I've always loved my Audi, but now I'm going to go buy a Mercedes because I think they have great product. There is a Conquest discount. Same price range, about $1,000 to $2,500. Again, if you're going to buy an AMG, there's $2,500. If you're going to buy a C-Class or a GLA, maybe $1,000. The fact is, if you don't ask, the dealer gets the money from the manufacturer, and you're a fool to leave that behind. Just like other incentives, like 0% financing, that can be very advantageous. And if you said, I can't even afford a new car, then look at certified pre-owned cars. There's tons of them on the marketplace. A lot of people only have them for a year or 2-year leases. I don't. I prefer purchasing them and owning them for a long period of time, but many people do this, and you can take advantage of their depreciation.
20 seconds. How inflated is that price percentage-wise when you look at it on the sticker?
Well, there is no flat percentage rate. Every car is different. I recommend going to websites like TrueCar.com or CarSquare.com or Edmunds.com. Put in the year, make, and model. Find out what's out there, and they can actually build it for you and tell you the dealer's cost and what it's selling for in your area.
All right, get on the internet. I'll tell you what, every single time, that's what it works down to. Also, don't forget, when you're on the internet, go to laurenfix.com. That's where you can find out what Lauren's doing, find out more about cars, what we talk about right here. Best auto show on the network anywhere right here. Lauren, thanks so much for joining us. A pleasure. We'll see you next week, and I won't pay retail.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
All right, take care. Short break, and we're back with an update on what's happening overseas between the American military and a band of, perhaps, thugs in Turkey. It's coming up right here.